Hey everyone, I'm Ali. Take those off because the glare is really annoying. I am going to be bringing you today's Testimony Tuesday. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, about my journey with Young Living, how long it's taken, why it started, and where we're going, hopefully. So I shall start off. Like I say, I'm Ali. I am currently living in the Cotswolds in the UK. It's a really bleak and dreary day out there, as is October in Britain. But it's all good in the hood. Sunshine in my heart. So I started using Young Living essential oils just over 2 years ago, September 2014 I started. I was introduced by the amazing Lucy, who is my direct upline, and she's like our UK leader. She's amazing. Anyway, so Lucy kind of just started posting a bit more on her social media. We knew each other through some other natural parenting forums and stuff from years ago, and I just happened to be following her on social media. And she just kept posting about how she was using Thieves quite a lot. And if I recall correctly, it was Dragon Time as well, kind of really started my longing to understand, I guess. I have a syndrome called polycystic ovarian syndrome, which basically means that I don't ovulate as often as a normal woman. My hormones are a bit skew-with, I've got cysts on my ovaries, they burst, it hurts. It affects lots of different things. I've got 3 children. You can see plenty of pictures behind me of my family. So I just was a bit fed up of being told that I had to go on the pill or have the implant or the coil or whatever hormone treatment they offered. I was a bit fed up of just being told that that was the only option I had, that and to constantly lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. I just wanted to find kind of more natural ways of living with this syndrome. And at the time as well, I was looking to regulate my cycle because my husband and I were trying for a baby. The children I have from previous relationships, and we decided that we wanted to have a baby. Anyway, so that was my first thing was I wanted to find something to help with hormones, or that was the ultimate goal, was to address my issues a bit more naturally, and yeah, that was the original purpose. Anyway, so my first kind of time talking about Lucy with it, she basically said, right, so the best way to start is to buy a premium starter kit. And I was a bit like, oh, okay. I don't really want to. I only want certain oils. She was like, no, just do it, it's fine. So I added these other oils on, and the rest, as I say, is history. So I got my box and my diffuser and realised that I could use them for lots of other things as well. At the time, and still now, I am studying for an undergraduate degree. And so I was immediately drawn to Brain Power. In fact, I think that actually went on my original order along with Progestence Plus, and Clarity, I think, was a free oil that month as well. So I got quite a lot of freebies and stuff. And anyway, that was like my first foray into essential oils. So kind of fast forward a couple of months, and I could see the impact that at the time things like peace and calming were having on our homework sessions at home. One of my children, my eldest, how would we describe him? He's a very sensitive child, and he struggles with low self-esteem and just like with self-belief and stuff. So I made him a little roller, and he used it. I think I gave him it to take to school, and he could use it whenever he wanted at school, but he always applied it before school as well at home, so I could see that he was using it, as it were. And literally within about 2 weeks, he'd started to make friends a bit better, some different friends outside of his really tiny group of friends. And he was just a completely different child at home. We had less tears. The whole world didn't explode if he had peas mixed in with his mashed potato. Like, it was some major like transference, I guess, that happened, transformation. He literally became a different child within 2 weeks. So that then made me think, right, okay, well, what other issues have we got? Like when I don't know, I sit down and I think, right, I've got these things that I need to deal with, and this child is like this, and this child's like that, and oh yeah, my husband's like this, and my husband's like that, and I'm like this, and this affects this. And so I sat down one kind of Sunday afternoon when I had a bit of time to myself and just thought, right, these are my major issues with each child. This is my major issue with my husband. What oils do I need to apply to them, or what do I need to diffuse in the air to sort out this situation? Anyway, so of course one thing led to another, and I diffused. I say we, it was all me in the beginning. I diffused things like joy when my daughter came home, because if she'd had, for instance, like a really crappy time with girls, you know what girls are like at school and stuff, and it was a really bitchy day. Anyway, so she'd have joy in the diffuser. Jude, who's my middle one, he hates school. He has, again, no self-esteem. He gets distracted easily. In fact, we've just been to the school and teacher had me in tears because it was that bad. Anyway, he gets now brain power in his own little roller to make it last longer on the back of his neck every day. And just as a measure, okay, there's lots of other things that have been put in place as well, but at the beginning of September I said to Jude, look, I've made this for you. I want you to use it every day. You can take it into school with you, or you can leave it at home, I don't mind, but I just want you to apply it just onto the back of your neck every day before school, which he's been doing. And he has spelling tests every week, and first week he got 0 out of 12. Second week he got 0 out of 12. Third week he got 0 out of 12. Last Friday he got 9 out of 12. Now that's amazing for my little boy that hates anything to do with school. That's a massive achievement for him, and I only found out about it today, so he's getting a massive reward after school. But like I say, there have been other things that have been put in place to help him get there, but that's a massive jump, and I am putting some of that down to the fact that he's using brain power. His concentration levels have increased. The teachers commented, yeah, okay, he's had really blippy days, his days go very much like this, his week goes very much like that, but for him to get that result, we're keeping up with brain power. We might add something else as well. We might add a bit more clarity and make him a proper focus roller, but little things like that make massive amount of differences to people's lives, and I love that I get to share little stories like that with people. Getting a bit teary now because it's about my son, and he's sorry, he's a tricky one, that one, but I love him. So yeah, when you get the opportunity to help someone's life, whether it's a child, I'm really sorry, whether it's a child that needs extra support, or whether it's a mum that needs a bit of joy and a bit of reassurance, then being able to help those people is incredible, and I love sharing that. And I love hearing how much it makes a difference, and knowing that even if I don't hear that it has made a difference, I know that it can make a difference. And that is an incredibly privileged position to be in. So, Testimony Tuesday. Didn't mean for it to end in tears, I'm sorry. It is happy, and they are happy tears, I promise. Essential oils have completely and utterly transformed not just my life but my family's life. we're still dealing with other stuff. I've got plenty more stories I can tell you. I said at the beginning about us trying for a baby, and that was one of my main reasons for wanting to start with essential oils. Natural ways to combat that. Well, we found out February 2015, so not long after our journey started with essential oils, that my husband has something called Klinefelter syndrome, which is basically he has an extra chromosome. So where normally men are XY chromosome, my husband's are XXY, so he's got an extra female chromosome. And what that basically means is that he didn't kind of go through puberty properly. And his testicles haven't formed, and he doesn't have any sperm and things, so we can't have children. But one of the things is that testosterone for men is often produced in the testes, and so because he doesn't have them, or not properly formed ones, he doesn't produce enough testosterone. Quite ironic, really, that I have polycystic ovaries, which means I have too much testosterone. So in a way, we balance each other out. I've got his testosterone and he's got my estrogen. It's all good. That's compatibility for you. But yeah, one of the things that he was told, much like I was told, that I needed to have kind of all these extra progesterone-based hormones in order to regulate my cycle. Tom, my husband, needs regular testosterone injections to protect lots of different things. So he doesn't produce that much, so he can grow a goatee, and obviously everything else is fine. But testosterone is used to protect bones and things, so he's at a higher risk of osteoporosis and things like that. So, like I use Progestence Plus to increase my progesterone levels, Tom uses Shutron, love Shutron, in order to help his testosterone. So he's not had testosterone injections for he's due them every 3 months. He's not had them for 9 months now. He's just using Shutron, and we're having regular tests to make sure that he's doing everything that he needs to do. So yeah, without getting kind of into the medical side of it, just things like that have helped to regulate his mood. He's, due to this kind of testosterone thing, it can lead to depression in quite a lot of people, and he is that way inclined, unfortunately, and also kind of dealing with having this extra chromosome affects lots of things, like the way he was at school, the way he talks to people, kind of the way that his brain tries to send messages to kind of have a conversation, can sometimes be quite difficult. So that kind of adds some extra pressure to our marriage as well. Anyway, so what I'm trying to get at is we use them for everything, not just hormones, although that is kind of my particular niche area, just because it's so personal to me. But yeah, I love it, and I love sharing, and I'm sorry I got all emotional. I promise I won't do it again. And yeah, if you are even thinking about sharing with someone, or you're hesitant to share with someone because you don't want to come across as salesy, or you don't want to feel like you're pushing it on someone, just tell them a story. You don't have to sound salesy when you talk to people. I talk to people on a daily basis about the way that it's changed us, the way that brain power has, sorted out one of my kids' learning, the way that my daughter now just uses a Panaway roller after her cheerleading sessions. Just little things. The more you use them, the more you integrate them into your life, the more stories you'll have to share with other people. And that makes you more relatable, which then, just kind of the whole process just then starts to do this. It's a rollerball. And I just think if you if you don't tell people what they can do, you don't give people the opportunity to change the situation they're in. And there can be no greater privilege than helping to change someone's life, however small that may seem to you. It could be massive